I want to turn our attention over, though, to other movers we've been watching here after earnings, and that would include shares of T-Mobile popping in today's session after we got the update on the earnings front there. We are seeing shares up close to about 5% after that carrier up to their forecast for ads here on the full year. And for more on that, I want to bring on Yahoo Finance's Brian Sozzi, who has CEO Mike Sievert standing by. Soz?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Mike, always good to speak with you here. So pretty big sales beat, big earnings beat. You also beat on the number of new subscriber additions. You added 773,000 new postpaid phone subscribers. Can you keep that pace up this year, and why?
Well, Brian, first of all, it's great to be with you. I'm looking forward to being able to join you when you're not owned by my competitor, Verizon. So congratulations on your escape. And yeah, as you saw in our outlook, we raised guidance for the year on postpaid net adds. And for a reason. Customers are starting to notice the network advantage that we have in 5G. And there's never been anybody able to simultaneously offer the best value and the best network, and it's just starting to matter to consumers. And we're outlooking not only that trend to continue, but also a reopening of this economy as people return to stores. That's always been a place where T-Mobile does well. When there's a lot of switching happening and a lot of activity, the net share taker sees opportunity ahead.
Mike, since you mentioned that deal, Apollo Global is buying Verizon Media. That will leave Verizon more focused on 5G and telecom. Does that concern you?
Brian, your audio is dropping out a little bit, but I think you were asking about how focused we are on 5G and on media in general. And I'll tell you what, the broad trends here are so clear, which is all content of all forms are leaving their linear formats from the former world and landing on the internet. And the internet is going mobile. And we are the industry's leading pure play mobile internet company. And that is a great place to be, as we've seen from these moves of Verizon deciding to follow us not only into mid-band 5G several years late, but into a more pure play model several years late. So we're way out in front on this trend of a 5G first mobile internet pure play company. And it's a great advantage for our investors.
How competitive, Mike, is the environment right now? Last time we talked a couple weeks ago around your investor and analyst day, you said things were okay, things were fine, things weren't getting out of hand, but how would you grade things now?
Well, the reason I say it's okay is it doesn't matter to us. In periods when it's hyper competitive, we compete and we do well. In periods that are more muted, where there's not as much switching as you've seen in the last year, we compete and we do well. We have a flexible model. And it's because we have the best assets in the industry, and although I'm a little biased, the best team. We're famous for the way we support our customers and change the rules of this industry in their favor, and customers appreciate us for it. And so when it's really competitive, we get in there and swing the bat. And when it's more muted, we're still there with this superior value proposition. And you've seen that over the past several years as every quarter brings something a little different, and we have continuously led this industry in growth regardless.
How impactful, Mike, has the stimulus checks been to the telecom industry?
Actually, it makes a difference. We've saw a lot of cash in the economy over the last quarter, and we still see it. And that's, and you've seen that's helped all of us in this category. But T-Mobile is positioned not just to benefit from cash in the economy like last quarter, but from the reopening. As more people switch and they start to reassess after a year of a more muted environment whether they have the right provider, at the moment T-Mobile is surging ahead on 5G, and at the moment people are starting to return to normalcy, that's a great opportunity for our company as the economy starts to get back to something that looks a little more like normal.
So you came out, you raised your full year free cash flow guidance, profit guidance too as well. Are you still on track to purchase close to $60 billion in stock from 2023 to 2025?
Yes. And, there's a reason why we're able to simultaneously raise growth guidance and profitability guidance. And that's that we have a synergy-backed model. Our 5-year plan is predicated on combining these two companies and unlocking an NPV of approximately $70 billion in synergies. And that synergy-backed model allows us to keep ahead of the competition on 5G, but also expand cash flows through the same period. And we see massive cash flow potential ahead, and certainly no changes from those forecasts we gave the market last month.
Where are you finding these Sprint synergies?
Say that one more time, Brian. Sorry.
Yeah, Mike, where are you finding some of the more, just the upside in the synergies related to the Sprint deal?
Well, part of it's from moving fast. We've been able to take advantage of the fact that we're way ahead on this network build to just start to quickly bring these companies together. We announced that 50% of the traffic of Sprint customers is now being carried on the T-Mobile network. And that's because of the massive capacity expansion on the T-Mobile side. That's a huge milestone, and it's certainly ahead of what we had expected. And the faster we can move to be able to bring these companies together and put the integration period behind us, the bigger the synergies are.
Mike, before I let you go, I want to go back to what you noted on Verizon in the media deal. So Verizon is selling Verizon Media, which we are part of, to Apollo. You have AT&T potentially looking at some asset sales of its own in the media business. What does more focused telecom industry mean to the industry moving forward?
Well, look, part of our advantage is that we're a pure play mobile internet company, as I said. And, yes, we're interested in around the margins in advertising and in media, but we haven't made big investments there. And we have a hand of cards in a highly profitable industry that can't be beat, the best assets in the mobile internet. And so we're focused there as our primary mission. And, we're going to grow this company through growing share and through satisfying customers and changing the rules of this industry yet again in their favor. And by going after underpenetrated segments like rural and smaller markets and big enterprise corporates that where 90% of the customers today are still with the other guys.
Fair enough. We'll leave it there. T-Mobile President and CEO Mike Sievert, always good to see you. Stay safe, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
You too, Brian.